All right. So congratulations on a beautiful show. I've heard amazing reviews from people coming downstairs between the performers and the dancers and the diversity of the models. Tell me a little bit about your inspiration for the show this evening.
Migration, travel, history, ancestry, about the present moment, how we found ourselves here and where we want to be going. And we want to be represented. We didn't always see that representation. The people that we had, we just were everything. And to be a part of building on that legacy, on those stories, and to be able to use our platforms and opportunities to amplify the farmers that we work with the tailors and the seamstresses that we work with the bead makers that we work with the models that we work with, the musicians, like everything. It's just, all of it's super important to us, you know? Like, we love dance. We love great food. We love beautiful music. We love art. We love all of these different things. And the fact that we get to combine all of those things together and grow as women and entrepreneurs as business and push ourselves is just, I think, the reason why we're here. And so that's what we're trying to represent up there, is that there isn't just one story or one way to tell that story, one way to do things, that our indifferences is what makes us so powerful, but you put us together and we're even that much more powerful.
I mean, I just feel like she said it, but I mean, we were inspired by so many things. You see there's lots of colors. We're inspired, like she said, by the migration of people. We're inspired by what we see in Ghana and Africa and what we see all over the world, from Ghana to the Caribbean to Latin America. So you see like lots of pops of color. We have natural plant-based dye indigo. We also use a plant called delphinium that creates a dark indigo. This is, it's inspired by the costumes and the dance in Burkina Faso, where you find like traditional ceremonial dances, and the technique that's applied is batik. So we use a lot of different colors. You find like blue, red, yellow, and green are important. Yellow, red, and green are important because those are the colors you find in the Ghanaian flag and also across most of Africa. It's the color of the earth, it's the color of wealth, it's the color of the bloodshed and the fight for freedom. You see blue, that's the color of the spirit, that's the color of the sky, the water, and everything around you. So it's very inspirational. I feel like you felt that when you felt the energy in the room. You feel that in the clothes that you touch, because we really try to take in the entire value chain, and everything we do has meaning. So much meaning that it's almost overwhelming for me, but hopefully for you, you don't notice it and you just really like it. But everything is kind of important, and every time you make a purchase, as Rosario always says, you vote with your dollar and you activate the value chain and you make a choice about the kind of world you want to live in. And I think it's really beautiful to be able to connect with the items that are in your home, that touch your skin, you know, that they mean something to you, that hopefully they're not toxic, hopefully love and care was put into producing them, and that's what we try to communicate.
Well, and that's what I was going to ask you about. Not only are you creating a beautiful fashion line, but you're doing it for a beautiful cause. So tell me about how that came about, and kind of what, you know, your line goes to as far as charity and what you're doing in Africa.
Well, it didn't. So basically, Rosario obviously works in the entertainment industry, and I was working in the fashion industry, and we were trying to figure out ways that we could collaborate together, and we were doing lots of different small projects together. And then one year she invited me to the Congo for the opening of the City of Joy, and it was this amazing opportunity to witness the power of women, and what we just saw what happens when you give a woman a dollar, how she makes choices and how she impacts the community. You buy something, she sells something, she buys farmland, she feeds her kids, she sends her kids to school, and despite whatever these women have been through, they're rising and they're coming above that. And so we thought that was really beautiful, and we wanted to do something more. And you know, clothes touch so many people. You could be living in abject poverty, but it matters to you how you iron your shirt. It matters to you what you wear. And so we just realized very easily and quickly the power of fashion to be an agent for change. And so when you make a purchase, a lot of times people don't know where their stuff comes from. But in our case, we hope that when you make a purchase, you activate the value chain. So we witnessed so many communities that were doing the work, but that were hitting a glass ceiling. People were not listening to them. People were not using local fabrics, because there's just been like centuries of, you know, kind of not wanting to use local fabrics because maybe it's not accepted. And we really wanted to honor the work of the people, and also what goes into making it. And so we decided to set this up and create a path and an avenue to create change versus focusing on charity. So the message is not a charitable one. There's charity that stands behind it. We work with many organizations. We work with the United Nations. We work with V-Day. We work with the Lower East Side Girls Club. We work with 14 Plus Foundation. But we work in collaboration, and that's very important for us to provide economic opportunities and infrastructure and platform to build a value chain versus focusing on the message of this top-down approach. We want to work on a collaborative approach and highlight the beauty of what everybody is doing together.